This is probably the most amazing story that I've been involved with concerning scuba diving at Dale Hollow Lake. And I think once you watch this video that you will agree. It's a good one. Little did I know when I geared up and hit the lake for a day of scuba diving on Dale Hollow Lake what was in store. What I thought at first to be an interesting but insignificant find turned out to be one of the most amazing things I've ever pulled from the bottom of the lake. Not because of the item that I found, but because of the story that was about to be revealed. But before we get into that amazing story, let's look at the underwater video of that find. It was an Olympus camera that had obviously been at the bottom of the lake in 25 feet of water for some time. When the day was finished and I had a chance to examine the camera, it was obviously toast from the prolonged time it had been underwater. I almost threw it in the trash, thinking that it was just junk, and then I thought it might have a memory card inside. Sure enough, it did, but would it work? I allowed it to dry out for a few hours, and then I plugged it into my computer, and I was amazed to see 465 pictures pop up on the screen. I checked the date of the last picture that was shot, and it was September the 4th of 2016. This is 6 years laying on the bottom of the lake. That translates into 2,190 days, or 52,560 hours underwater. The amazing part really is not the camera, although I'm sure it's a good camera, but rather the SanDisk Ultra SD card. Amazing. So I pulled a couple of pictures, one showing a couple and one showing the parked boats. I posted these on Facebook and I asked if anyone recognized the people or the boats. In a short time, I received a message from Jessica and the story began. Well, this is the last leg of this amazing story. I'm on my way right now to Salina, Tennessee to meet Jessica and to return the Olympus camera that they lost September the 4th, 2016, with all the pictures that they had taken, over 400 pictures, and the amazing SD card that maintained those photos underwater in that environment for over 6 years. I'm here with Jessica, and we have loaded the SD card into my computer, and she's able to see it. But you're not actually the owner of the camera, are you?
No, that's actually one of my good friends, Melanie Walls and Marcus Walls.
And what does she do, you told me?
She is the assistant coach at Tennessee Tech, women's basketball.
That's great. Hold that camera up there, if you will. And you can see, it's amazing to me that, of course, the camera didn't make it, but it's amazing to me that the SD card made it that long. Do you remember that day, September the 4th?
Yeah, we had a really good time. It was Labor Day weekend. We normally all get together, but that was the first time that they had actually come to Dale Hollow Lake, that I think. And we were in a little cove outside of Willow Grove there. I think it's by the Accordion Bluff there. Right, Accordion Bluff. Yes. Between Willow Grove, it's actually closer, I guess, to the mouth of Sulphur Creek and Divers Island. Yes,
across
from it, yeah. And so we were there, and they drove their pontoon from Sunset up to meet up with us that day. So it was a very good day. That's a long way.
Did you know that day that the camera had been lost?
No, I didn't know anything about a camera being lost that day.
And did she know that her camera had been lost?
I don't think she did either until a little later.
Now, the last picture that we see is September the 14th, and I don't want to pull it up, but he's he's lying on a float and has the dog there with him, and you can see his feet, and he's filming.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if he may have laid that camera, down by the float and then moved or something, or the dog moved and it just fell. But he tried to keep that a secret for a little while, I guess.
I think he might have, the dog might have knocked it in, Marcus might have knocked it in. I'm just not real sure what happened there, but it was all in good fun, I'm sure.
Yeah. And you've been in contact with her, and you've told her about
Yes.
this situation then.
Yeah, we've had a good laugh out of it.
And then you'll get all this to her then,
Absolutely. I'm sure she'll be excited. It looks like there's several pictures of her kids in maybe a trip or something, so
I'm sure. Yeah.
she'll be really excited to get this back after
Just-
all these years.
Just imagine 6 years laying in. I'll tell you one thing that I've learned out of it. I'm going to buy that kind of SD card from now on.
Buy this camera here. It actually says it's waterproof
Does it?
on the front of it. It sure does. It says tough.
It was tough.
It's definitely tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an awesome find.
Well, Jessica, thank you for meeting me and getting in contact with me, and I'm going to do a video on this. It's the most amazing thing that I found because of the story of
Yeah.
it and everything.
It's-
And I would like to meet your friend sometime. So
Absolutely.
when they come back to the lake, you message me or something, and we'll all get together.
Absolutely. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you. What began as an insignificant find at 25 feet deep in Del Hollow Lake became the most amazing story I've ever been involved in as a diver at Del Hollow Lake. From a monetary standpoint, it's worthless, but from a human interest perspective, it's priceless.